Good morning, John Augustine again. 1997. Events occurred as they occur in every year. And we think that it's important at the time, and then history is suddenly out of people's minds. But I'm doing these type of programs from 1990 to up to the end of the 90s to show the events that occurred and that sometimes have us where we are. Ruari Quinn of Labour, the 13th of the 11th, coming on to the winter. Well, it's in the winter. 13th of the 11th, 97. Ruari Quinn became the new Labour leader. He was a former Minister for Finance. Dick Spring confirmed his resignation earlier on the 7th of November from the leadership. And funny how he pulled the rug from under Albert Reynolds in the Fianna Fáil Labour coalition, which was a great government and achieved great things. And he was foreign minister, an important job. Didn't take him long for to have to resign, even the leadership of the Labour Party. Can't do things like what he did to Albert Reynolds and that excellent Taoiseach stroke Prime Minister we had. You don't have luck for things like that in the wind-up. Do things right. Then on the 27th of December, 97, Christmas Day the 25th, St. Stephen's Day the 26th, and then the 27th, the Christmas season. Billy Wright, a UDA leader and had murdered Catholics, even those ones that were innocent, nothing to do with anything. As a matter of fact, they, in the dreadful organisation, started the troubles because they had a place called a romper room, they called it, and innocent Catholics were subject to terrible abuse and murdered. Yeah, they have blood on their hands. But he was murdered in Long Kesh, which was prison for IRA activists and UDA, and he was in the maze and he was shot dead by IRA in that prison. He would have been in a different part. They had to be segregated, even in prison. Yeah. So that was a big event, finishing up on the 27th of December. And the Eurovision. Ireland hosted the Eurovision Song Contest. And Ronan Keating, a singer that was with some group and made a lot of money at the singing. And Carrie Crowley, she was a very important person at that time in the television world. I haven't heard of her since. They were the hosts, and Ireland came second in that contest, which was good, by Mark Roberts. Mark. And instead of M-A-R-K, I think it was M-A-R-C. So I don't know what sort of people they were. That Mark is Catholic and M-A-R-C is neither. And the song was titled "Mysterious World." Mysterious. I don't call that a great title. And that was that. So we were doing well in the Eurovision, but from that day on, ever since they put a puppet into the Eurovision Song Contest, when the East European countries had already been into the contest, and they support one another, and their music and songs is dreadful in my book. We never looked at it after. And Ireland got no votes for this puppet that they put in. and people voted for it. Did you ever hear that? Like, this stupid things. Everybody criticised it, including winners of the Eurovision Song Contest and ordinary people. I certainly criticised it. And there's some of the events in 1997 that you might remember if you're of a certain vintage. I remember all these things myself because we used to look at it, myself and my late wife, make a little bet. So bye now and have a good day. It's sunny. Perhaps get out in it and perhaps maybe get a little suntan for yourself. Great weather, isn't it? Bye now.